Welcome everyone to the Global School of Happiness and wish you all a healthy World Yoga Day and a healthy life to everyone. So before we start the session, friends, this is not a motivational session, but this is something to learn, something to grasp, something to be kept with all of us forever till our last breath. So whatever I have learned all these years, that I'm trying to impart to all the souls through the Global School of Happiness. So it's a presentation. We are going to see the basics. And as the flyer said, new age, new viruses, but we don't have a control over them. But what we can do is we can increase our self-immunity. And that's why the Global School of Happiness has come up with a session of preaching and teaching mudras throughout the world. So I'll be sharing you a presentation with all of you. So welcome to the Global School of Happiness. Stay fit, stay healthy. As we have seen that humans evolved right from the Stone Age to the robotic age and now to the artificial intelligence era. As Einstein said, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. But we humans, we have exploited, distorted and twisted the forms of energy or the so-called development that we have made it irreversible. We have twisted the natural forms which are irreversible, and that's why new age, new viruses, and now human-made viruses. That's why Global School of Happiness comes into picture. Global School of Happiness works with a mission to enhance the happiness index of every individual of the Global School to live and let live a healthy, wealthy, and spiritual life. The vision of Global School of Happiness is to create a society with trust and respect for nature and create win-win situations for each other by adding values to others' lives. We emphasize on the last few words, adding values to others' lives, and today is such an attempt. दर्दी नहीं लेकिन सब दर्दी लोग आज यहाँ आए हैं. I would say those who are serious about their health, those who are serious about their family's health, and those who want to learn something which is our hidden treasure. So let us start with something called as the circle of personal perspective or the circle of happiness, which I had also shown in the last year's session, last year's yoga session which we had. This is the circle of personal perspective which has 6 elements in it, and either element, if disturbed, does not give a fulfilled or a happy life. 6 basic elements are wellness, that is physical and mental fitness. Second is relationship, personal, professional and social, all 3 lives. Emotions, either we control them or they control us. Again, emotions rule us 24/7, right from the moment we get up in the morning till the time we hit the bed. Fourth is profession. Is your passion your profession? And unless and until your passion is your profession, it's not a fulfilling life. So there are tools and techniques how to recognize what is your passion and to live a life around your passion. The 5th part is the finance. How much money do you want in your life and for what purpose? And you have to list down the whole purpose. And last but not the least is the spiritual part, which keeps bounded or binded all the 5 parts and the 5 elements. Either of the element, if it's disturbed and it's not to its full or peak potential, that life is not a fulfilling or a happy life or a satisfied life. So out of these 6 elements, today we are going to deal with the first part, that is wellness, physical and mental. And if time permits, we will have a small meditation of 15 minutes like we had last year. So now coming to the topic of mudras. As you can see on the screen, mudras is also called the divine pharmacy. The word mudras has evolved from two words, mudha and dhru, and from dhru, dravai. Mudha means delight or pleasure, and dravai is to draw forth. So mudras is nothing but mudras is that which brings happiness. It is a way of living and being that reflects the divine and the divine qualities. Physical gestures made with hands, eyes, the whole body to connect individual pranic force to the cosmic force. Now mudras are of different types, but today we are going to deal, or we are going to see the hasta mudras. Mudras made with our fingers, mudras made with hand. Then there are other types of mudras, mudras made with eyes, and a yogic form of mudras, which are performed in some of the asanas. When we go back to the history of mudras, it is said in the literature that Lord Shiva had narrated or taught all these mudras to Parvati, and this was kept secret and it was not taught to the other gods. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna tells Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in Jnana Mudra. Then we also find some literature in the Hatha Yoga, in the Gheranda Samhita, and in the Natya Shastra. Those who practice Bharatanatyam, they would be knowing that there are mudras in Natya Shastra as well. So basically, for a common man like you and me, what are mudras? Mudras are gestures. So this relates to the ancient research, discovery or invention, whatever you can say, done by our great rishis and munis. Gestures and emotions are connected together. If we frown or if you are angry, we raise our eyebrows, our pupils get enlarged. We laugh, there is a particular gesture, and the same applies to all living beings, even to animals. If a dog is happy, he comes to you wagging his tail. If a lion has to show his existence in the jungle, he roars. If a monkey is happy, he shows his teeth. Or if he frowns, he shows his teeth. These are natural gestures leading to some sort of emotions. The Rishi researched for a number of years and they came out with these gestures of hand which gives us happiness. And as said in the definition, these gestures connect our inner self, our individual pranic force to the cosmic force, along with giving us physical stability and a healthy life. So this is in short the history of mudras. Now mudras are founded by which religion or by any particular person is not known, or there's no literature about it. So basically mudras, this is an ancient science which has been into existence before the existence of any religion. As we see in the picture, Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak Ji, Bhagwan Mahavir, Jesus Christ, and recently I also found some papers presented by an Islamic scholar. Every religion or every saint or every founder of all the religions, they practice mudras. But Sanatan Dharma, Hindu Dharma, Jainism and Buddhism, their followers preached and practiced mudras. So more of mudra practice is seen in these religions. But the point to be driven over here is that mudras are for everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, sex. It's for every one of us. All the great saints are to be seen in Jnana Mudra. Now coming to the very fundamentals or the basics of mudras is, as we have read somewhere or learnt in school, those who have studied in Indian schools, this planet or earth and our human body is made up of PANCHMAHABHUTAs as per Ayurveda, which are also called as the five tattwas or the five elements. This is the basic of mudras, which I will repeat a number of times throughout the session, as this has to be in your muscle memory. Panchamahabhutas or the five tattvas are Agni, Vayu, Akash, Prithvi and Jal. Now Agni is fire, Vayu is wind, Akash is space or ether or sky, Prithvi is earth and Jal is water. Now every finger is associated, or naturally the divine power has given every finger one element in it. Agni is in the thumb, which we call as the ANGUSHTHA. Vayu is in the index finger, which we call as Tarjani. Akash, that is space or sky, is in the middle finger. Prithvi Tattva, the auspicious ring finger, or also called as Anamika, and this finger is used in all the pujas. And last but not the least, the little finger, that is called as Kanishta, and it has the Jala Tattva. So five fingers, as you see in the picture, and five tattvas. This is the basics of mudras, or basic to maintain a healthy life. Thumb, again Agni, index finger Vayu Tattva, middle finger Akash Tattva, the ring finger Prithvi Tattva, and the little finger has the Jala Tattva. Now ancient science had all these things in itself. It is said that there are around more than 72,000 nadis which flow through our body and are connected through the energy centers or energy vortices called as the chakras. And there are 7 chakras in our body, and all the tattvas, all the 3 doshas as per Ayurveda, the kapha, vata, pitta and these 5 elements are balanced due to the practice of mudras. Now we will be seeing every element and its significance and its relevance with our body. First is Agni Tattva, which is also called as fire, and it's also related to Paramatma. The last part comes under spirituality, those who practice daily mudras. Then we teach the last part to them. Now basically, what is Agni or what is fire? Heat is created from fire and from heat energy. So this energy coming to our body from the heat, this is Agni. A dead body is cold, but every living human body has some warmth, has some temperature in the body. This is due to the Agni Tattva. Temperature and energy in our body is due to Agni. The maximum location of Agni Tattva in our body is in the Mastishk or our brain. So brain is also called as the control center of our body, and the pituitary glands associated with it, which gives signal to the body to do a particular action. Digestion of food is also due to the Agni Tattva. Many of you must have heard the word Jatharagni in Ayurveda. So if your Jatharagni is good, that means you are hale and hearty, you feel hungry and you feel like eating. The second center of Agni Tattva or energy in our body is in our stomach. To be precise, it's in the stomach, liver, pancreas, uterus and spleen. But for common man, let us remember that the second center of Agni in our body is in our stomach. And body gets energy through digested food. The location of Agni Tattva in our 5 fingers is the thumb. The second Tattva is the Vayu Tattva, the wind, it's related to Atma. Now what is Vayu Tattva? Whatever we breathe, the air we breathe, it's due to Vayu Tattva. The main work of wind is to create agility, to create a force. So whatever our body movements are, sitting, standing, walking, running, bending, twisting, any damn action that we perform, it's due to the Vayu Tattva present in our body. We can breathe due to Vayu Tattva. And now this sentence is important. Agni is enhanced due to Vayu Tattva. So every tattva or every element is interconnected with each other. Either of the tattvas is on the higher side or the lower side, it imbalances the other tattva. Likewise, Agni is enhanced due to Vayu Tattva. So it's but obvious that if you exercise daily or you are into action throughout the day, your Jatragni is good, you can digest food and you feel like eating. Hence, Agni is enhanced due to Vayu Tattva. And the finger associated with Vayu Tattva is the index finger or the Tarjani. The third Tattva is the Akash Tattva or the space, sky, ether, and it's related to SATGUN. Akash, sky, space, it's infinite. So all the cavities in the body are related to Akash Tattva. Akash Tattva is related to speaking and listening abilities. Therefore, all the organs related to speaking and listening are related to Akash Tattva. Throat, all the organs in the throat, larynx, pharynx, your thyroid problems, your bones, the quality of your bones and the diseases associated with it are related to Akash Tattva. Gap between the bones, contraction, expansion of muscles is related to Akash Tattva. Your nerves and veins and all the problems associated with them are due to the imbalance of Akash Tattva. Our friendly nature or how generous a person is, all these are related to Akash Tattva. And this is essential Tattva for spiritual development of an individual. And the finger is the middle finger, the Madhyama. Fourth Tattva is the PRITHVI Tattva, earth, and it's related to Rajogun. So we are gifted food from earth. We grow plants and plants give us our food. So creation of our body is essentially due to PRITHVI Tattva. Our bones and muscles get strength and power due to the PRITHVI Tattva in our body. Our digestive and excretory system, both these vital systems are associated with PRITHVI Tattva. Therefore, PRITHVI Tattva maintains balance, strength, courage, discipline, and overall personality of an individual. Overall personality is directly related to our metabolism. So if PRITHVI Tattva is good, you can digest food properly, your excretion system is proper, and therefore your overall aura is energetic, enthusiastic, and your personality is good. This is associated with the ring finger, as this finger is also called as a center of PRAN Shakti and a center of vitamins in your body. Therefore, this has utmost importance, and this is used by all the Purohits in the performance of any puja. Also, a ring is put in this finger. It's because of these reasons. And last but not the least, last tattva is the Jala Tattva, water, and it's related to Tamogun. 72% of our body is water. Therefore, 72% of our body is made up of Jala Tattva. And in our body, almost 80% water is present in our blood. Average 9 liters of blood is present in an adult body. So 80% of 9 liters comes to almost 7 liters is water in our blood. So you can imagine how important water is. Hormones, ovaries, semen are all produced due to Jala Tattva. Urinary renal system is related to Jala Tattva. Flexibility in muscles, the softness of your skin, youthfulness, beauty, aura, quality of hair eyes and all the problems associated with all these organs are related to Jala Tattva. All endocrine glands, your pituitary glands, your pineal glands, all are made up of Jala Tattva. All the systems, the human anatomy itself is dependent on Jala Tattva. Then it may be a reproductive system, excretory system, digestive system, or nervous system. All are dependent on Jala Tattva. The blood quality, the blood composition, constituents, taste, beauty, and energy levels are dependent on Jala Tattva. And the finger is the Kanishta, that is the little finger. So these are the 5 tattvas and their importance in the human body. And the composition of these PANCHMAHABHUTAs is in this proportion. As we just saw, Jala Tattva is 72%, PRITHVI is 12%, VAYU Tattva is 6%, AKASH Tattva 6%, and AGNI Tattva is 4%. If this percentage gets disturbed, then that particular organ is disturbed to its peak potential functioning, and a particular disease is started in our body. So what Mudras does is, Mudras tries to balance this proportion in our body. Though Agni Tattva is only 4%, but in every mudra, Agni Tattva is in the thumb. So every mudra has a connection of your thumb tip with the other fingers. So in this way, Agni Tattva is also very important for our body. So balance of all the tattvas in this proportion gives a healthy body with a peaceful mind. So now let us see that if the tattvas are disturbed, if the tattvas are imbalanced, what diseases occur due to the imbalance of tattva. The first tattva is the Agni Tattva. Agni Tattva gets disturbed when we eat junk food, deep fried food, stale food, oven or microwave cooked food. In the sense, food cooked in a short span with a higher temperature. That food is useless for our body, and that imbalances the Agni Tattva in our body. Now, if the Agni Tattva is excess in our body, the following diseases occur in our body. Heat in the body, many people even experience red patches. All the skin related problems like psoriasis, eczema, herpes, they are due to the excess Agni Tattva in the body. Acidity problem is due to excess Agni Tattva. Acidity also leads to chest burn, and continuous acidity for a prolonged duration results into fistula and piles. And if again this continues for a longer duration, this gets converted into cancer. Excess Agni Tattva also leads to high blood pressure, and such people are short-tempered, always angry, and stubborn. When Agni Tattva is low, such people have cold skin. A normal person is warm in nature, but people having cold skin have less Agni Tattva. Cough and cold problems, sinus problem, bronchitis, or all the respiratory problems are associated with low Agni Tattva. Low Agni Tattva results in indigestion, improper metabolism, and it also results in obesity and fats deposit. Memory loss, low blood pressure, and diabetes are a result of low Agni Tattva in the body. So these are the diseases which occur in our body due to the excess and low Agni Tattva in the human body. The second Tattva is a Vayu Tattva, and as we had seen that Vayu is related to breathing. So breathing less fresh air leads to decreased Vayu Tattva, especially those who are working in air-conditioned offices for maximum hours of the day. They don't breathe fresh air. So that disturbs the Vayu Tattva in the body, which is responsible for all your movements. So excess Vayu Tattva results in gases, which can intrude any part of your body and they can cause serious damage. Improper blood circulation happens due to excess Vayu Tattva. All the joints pain, back pain, cervical, sciatica, vertebra related problems are due to the excess of Vayu Tattva in the body. Heart pain or angina pectoris is also a result of excess Vayu. And if continued or prolonged increase in gases or excess Vayu Tattva in the body, it leads to paralysis. Now, when Vayu Tattva is less in body, again, this is related to respiratory diseases, depression, weak memory. As Vayu Tattva is low, your movements, your daily movements are not up to the mark. So, don't feel like eating. So, Agni Tattva is also decreased. Mental disorders or cognitive problems, muscle disorders are due to less Vayu Tattva in the body. And the finger associated with Vayu Tattva is the index finger, Tarjani. Then the third Tattva is the Akash Tattva, sky, space, ether. Finger associated with Akash Tattva is the middle finger. Small rooms, small houses or houses which do not have natural ventilation for fresh air and sunlight, closed flats, offices lead to decreased Akash Tattva. Or those people who do not spend at least 1 or 2 hours with nature under open sky in breathing fresh air, in these people Akash Tattva is imbalanced. Now when Akash Tattva is excess, as we had seen, it's related to listening and speaking abilities. So listening and speaking diseases occur due to excess Akash Tattva. And all the organs related to listening and speaking. Throat problems, swelling in the throat, tonsillitis, laryngitis, pharyngitis, thyroid problem, ear pain, stammering, deafness and dumbness, oozing of some liquid or excess wax in the air is due to excess Akash Tattva. Akash Tattva is also related to bones. So weak, fragile bones, joints pain and muscle pain is due to excess Akash Tattva. Such people also have calcium deficiency and vitamin D deficiency. Less Akash Tattva, symptoms are selfish behavior. Such people are impatient and they are introvert in nature. So these are the diseases related to excess Akash Tattva and less Akash Tattva. And the finger associated is the middle finger. Now the fifth Tattva, the fourth Tattva, Prithvi Tattva, and diseases: overeating or eating junk food or improper eating, not eating at proper times, leads to the imbalance of Prithvi Tattva. Excess Prithvi Tattva, that is excess eating, overeating, leads to obesity, increase in weight, rise in bad cholesterol, diabetes. Such people always experience a heavy feeling throughout the day. They are always experience low, sad feeling and they are frustrated. They do not feel like doing anything. Less Prithvi Tattva leads to anemia or less hemoglobin. Such people are always weak. Their immune system is weak. They experience muscles and bone problems. Especially children who have weak Prithvi Tattva or less Prithvi Tattva, they experience short height. Hair loss problem is also seen. Cough and cold problems, hernia problems are due to Prithvi Tattva, less Prithvi Tattva, and overall system, immunity system is weak in people with less Prithvi Tattva. The finger associated with Prithvi Tattva is the ring finger, the auspicious finger, and the diseases occurring due to Jala Tattva. Drinking less water in an improper way or not eating fresh leafy vegetables and salads lead to the imbalance of Jala Tattva. Now when Jala Tattva exceeds in our body, dropsy, that is water in lungs, pleurisy, meningitis, swollen legs, that is filaria, cramps in our body, muscle spasm and spraining habit are to be seen when the Jala Tattva exceeds. When Jala Tattva is less, we experience dehydration, skin problems, dry skin, pimples, pale face. Dandruff is due to less Jal Tattva. Cataract and too much anger is also a sign of less Jal Tattva. All genital problems, urinary system problems in women, uterus, ovaries, cyst, fibroids and renal problems and kidney stone are due to the less Jala Tattva in our body. Now Jala Tattva, the finger is the little finger or the Kanishta. So these are the 5 Tattvas and the diseases which occur due to the imbalance, either excess or decrease in that particular Tattva. So Mudras, what does Mudras do? Is Mudras try to maintain a balance of all the Tattvas. If the Tattva has exceeded, Mudras reduce the Tattva, and if the Tattva is less, Mudras increase the Tattva. But there are some basics to balance Panchatattvas. It's not like this that you can eat junk food, you can have any ill habits and still you practice Mudra and you want to be fit and fine. There are some basic principles to follow and practice Mudras to be fit and fine. The first and foremost is drink sufficient water in a proper way. 2 words are important over here, sufficient and proper. Sufficient is a customized word. It should be in a customized way. It cannot be a generalized statement that drink 4 glasses of water in the morning. But the first thing in the morning should be drinking at least a glass of water. And then as per your body tendency, try to find out your body type. Body type is Kapha, Vata, Pitta. These are the 3 body types as per Ayurveda. There are many books. Deepak Chopra's one small book is also beneficial to find out for yourself, or you can consult Ayurveda doctor. And accordingly, your water intake should be as per your Prakriti. But for a common person, for everyone, at least 1 glass of water should be the first thing in the morning and not a cup of tea. And proper way is always you have to sit down and then drink sip by sip with gratitude, as research has shown that water has memory. So drink a sip of water in 3 breaths. Ideally, that water should percolate or should go down your throat. So 1 sip in 3 breaths. This is the way of drinking water. The basic point over here is that anything which enters your stomach through your mouth, saliva should be mixed in it, be it water or food or anything. Because there is no machine still invented by humans which produce saliva. So saliva mixed with anything which enters your stomach, it digests it in a proper way. Eating should be only 2/3 of your stomach capacity. 1/3 of your stomach should always be vacant for all the digestive juices and enzymes which will digest this 2/3 of your stomach. One more thumb rule is there, that the volume of your fist, when you fold all your fingers, the volume of your fist is the ideal size of your food intake, or the volume of your food which you should consume. But nowadays we consume enormous quantity of food than which is required for our body. One more important thing is chew anything to make paste in your mouth for saliva to be properly mixed. And I did an experiment. I tried to chew chapati and vegetable, and it took 42 to 45 times to make a paste of chapati and sabji. And for rice and dal, I needed to chew 25 to 27 times. So automatically, when you eat in this way, you make it a practice to consume food in this way, automatically your intake will be less, because you cannot go on eating for half an hour. So make paste of anything you eat and then gulp it down. Eat vegetable fruits having water in them, and ideally the quantity of raw food should be 80% and cooked food should be 20% as per Ayurveda. But it's exactly diverse. Some people consume salads, which is 20%. But try this thing, try 50-50% and slowly, gradually try to increase the raw food intake or boiled food intake in your food. But right from today, World Yoga Day, start chewing your food for 40 to 45 times. Then experience nature at least for 1 or 2 hours in a day. Experience nature means 20 to 30 minutes sun bath daily. For countries like UK, whatever time of the year you have sun with you, try to get sun bath. Breathe fresh open air in your parks. Watch the sky with open eyes, and with your bare eyes watch sky during sunrise and sunset. This is a form of Shuddhi Kriya. This is called as Tratak in yoga or Ayurveda. And last but not the least, fast once a week compulsory. Mere fasting also balances all the PANCHTATVAs in your body. It gives a rest to all your systems, and those who cannot completely fast without eating anything, they can start with water or lemon water or a cup of milk and turmeric or some fruit or buttermilk. So these are the basics. If you follow these basics and practice mudras for 45 minutes in a day, I guarantee you a healthy life, a medicine-free life. Now some basics of mudras: the wiring of our body or the connection of the so-called nadis is done in a cross way. That is, mudras with a right hand affect the left side of your body and vice versa. Left hand side mudras affect the right side of our body. Our finger is divided into three parts: top, middle and bottom, called as Shirsha, Madhyama and Mool. So the basic of mudras is that thumb tip and any fingertip, this balances the tattwa. Thumb tip and any finger middle decreases the increased tattwa, and thumb tip and bottom of finger increases the decreased tattva. So these are the basics of mudras. Now once again, I repeat, thumb is related to Agni Tattva, index finger is related to Vayu Tattva, middle finger is related to Akash Tattva, ring finger is related to Prithvi Tattva, and little finger is related to Jala Tattva. So these are the basics of mudras, the significance and the diseases associated with mudras. Now mudras are for whom? Mudras are for every living human being of any age, right from a school going kid to a senior citizen or to a very aged person, especially for those who cannot exercise due to old age or any disability or any accident, or persons who are having paralysis, who themselves cannot do anything, or with patients in coma also. There are validations and experiments done on coma patient, and a coma patient in coma was for 5 or 6 days in coma. Prana mudra was experienced, a thread or a tape was tied to his fingers, and that person regained consciousness within 1 hour. Healthy people can remain healthy and energetic, but at least 45 minutes of practice gives good results. Zero budget healthcare, no external aid is required, no external assistance is required. Your hand, your fingers, and your concentration. Ideally, this should be done during meditation or when you go to bed, but still it can be done anywhere, anytime, sitting, standing position. You are in office, you are not doing anything with your hands. You are watching TV, you are going for a walk or for a jog. Mudras can be performed in any position. Mudras cure acute to chronic illness. It's right from your acidity, your headache due to any reason. It may be due to acidity, high blood pressure, or anything, or improper sleep. To chronic illnesses, like all diseases related to bones, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, cancer can be treated with mudras, but you have to do it to believe it. This was the way of self-healing in our ancient times. There was no allopathy, there was no modern medicines, but still people used to survive for 100 and 200 years. So you have to do it to believe it. And why you have to believe it? Because as the ancient scriptures say, that fingers are divine pharmacy. Ayam me hasto bhagwan ayam me bhagavattaraha. Ayam me vishwaveshajo yam shiva vimarshanaha. The meaning of this shloka is that this hand of mine is as good as Bhagwan. This hand of mine is highly blessed. This hand of mine is blessed with all medicines and cures, for this hand has come into contact with Lord Shiva. So this is the power which nature has given us for self-healing. And as the other picture in the slide says, Karagre vasate Lakshmi, Karamadhe Saraswati, Karamule tu Govindaha, Prabhate Karadarshanam. Kara means your hands. So what power has nature or that divine force given in our hand is that Kara Agre Lakshmi. At the tip of your hand resides the goddess of wealth. And in the middle portion of your hand resides the goddess of knowledge and wisdom and health, Saraswati. And the bottom portion of your hand resides Govinda, or the manager, or the person who gives you skills how to behave throughout the day. So health, wealth, spirituality, all these three things are given by the divine or by that God in your hands. But only that we have to know the proper way or the proper gestures to perform mudras, then we can experience this divinity, this happiness. So the types of Hasta mudras, there are total 78 types. 8 are Tattva mudras, the basic mudras. 6 are the pranic mudras. There are 5 types of Vayus in our body. The Udana Vayu, then followed by the Prana Vayu, then the Samana Vayu, and from the navel to the legs, Apana Vayu and Vyana Vayu, which flows throughout the body. Accordingly, there are 6 pranic mudras. Then there are disease-specific mudras, personality development mudras, and spiritual mudras. So as you practice, as these words, these gestures get into your muscle memories, when you practice with your friends, in your families, this will give you happiness. So as a value addition on the celebration of World Yoga Day, the Global School of Happiness, we would like to teach you 3 mudras today, which can be practiced by anyone and everyone daily to live a healthy life. The first is the Jnana Mudra, which we had also seen that Krishna had told Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudra is the combination of thumb and index finger, a gentle touch of thumb and index finger. You have to touch the tip. Tip is 1 or 2 millimeters from your nail, and that's your tip, and the rest 3 fingers straight. This is the Jnana Mudra. Agni Tattwa in this finger and Vayu Tattva in this finger. So it's a combination of Vayu and Agni Tattva. So Vayu ignites Agni and Vayu Tattva increases. Thumb represents Mars or the Mangal Graha, and index represents Jupiter, that is Brihaspati. So why this mudra, or all the great people saints are seen in this mudra, or all the sannyasis in the Himalayas or who practice spirituality for years together are seen in this mudra, because this is union of Paramatma and Atma, or also called as unison of Shiva and Shakti. Those who practice yoga sadhana, yoga is nothing but bringing together, and this mudra does exactly the same thing. It brings the Paramatma with the Jivatma. And thumb also represents Buddhi, memory. This mudra is also called as the Shiromani mudra. Krishna told Gita to Arjuna in Jnana mudra, and all great saints of all religion are to be seen in this mudra. Posture we discussed just now, touching the tip of thumb with the index finger, rest three fingers straight and together. This has to be done and palms facing to the sky. Now there are many types of Jnana mudra also, which are practiced by yogis, but for a common man like you and me, this is the way we have to perform Jnana mudra, and palms facing to the sky. We have to sit in Padmasana or Sukhasana, those who cannot practice Sukhasana, or those who cannot even practice Sukhasana or fold their legs. This can be done sitting in a chair. Time duration is important for every mudra. This mudra, actually, all the three mudras which we will be seeing today does not have any time restriction, but minimum at least 15 minutes if practiced, then and then only you will experience the effects of this mudra. One of my friend, he met me last week and he said, I am practicing mudras for many years. So I asked him, what all mudras you practice? He told me, I practice 5 mudras in 10 minutes. So it's of no use. Every mudra has been specified a certain time duration, which then and then only will alter the tattwas and bring a balance. So Jnana mudra can be practiced for longer durations also, but minimum 15 minutes is the specified time. Other types are Vairagya mudra, Abhay mudra, Purna Jnana mudra, Chin mudra. These are also types of Jnana mudra. But to start with, we will practice in this way. The benefits of Jnana mudra are total negativity is eliminated, memory and concentration increases, especially for children or all people, all youth who are studying. Concentration level increases and rises to its peak potential. So a particular subject which people or children study in 4 hours literally can be studied in 2 hours. Mental power increases, self-control, that is body control, mind control, emotional control increases. Brain is stimulated, means pituitary gland is stimulated, which actually controls the movements of our body. These mudras give you peace of mind, total control on your anger, and diseases related or benefited by the practice of Jnana mudra are high blood pressure, migraine. All the 3 mudras which we will study today, they give you a relief from insomnia, that is sleep disorders, diabetes, depression, too much sleep problem, all skin diseases, addiction of any type, hyperactivity can be controlled, Alzheimer's also can be controlled by the practice of Jnana mudra. This is a must mudra for all those practicing spirituality and meditation. This mudra helps us in focusing our goals and our targets, because during 24 hours of our daily schedule, we come across many different attractions which actually are distractions and deviate us from our main focus or targets. Practice of Jnana mudra keeps you focused and does not let you deviate from your goal. This also helps in overcoming the obsessive compulsive disorder. That is, people who are not stable, who cannot sit stable without touching body part or without moving any body part. So that problem is the compulsive obsessive disorder, and this also can be controlled with the practice of Jnana mudra. So this is a divine mudra. Ideally, practice this at least for 30 minutes in the morning with a soothing background music, a Basri music, or a omkar chanting with deep breathing and in fresh air. The second mudra for the day is the prana mudra. Combination you can practice or as shown, thumb, ring finger and the little finger. Combination of these three and the rest two fingers straight. This is the prana mudra. Tattwas are Agni Tattva, the PRITHVI Tattwa in the ring finger and the Jala Tattva. Again, no time limit. This mudra takes care of all the diseases or all the organs from the heart to the throat. Now the importance of ring finger is enumerated over here. Ring Anamika has significance with Surya, sun. So this is called the center of Prana Shakti and the center of vitamins in the body. The little finger Kanishta, Mercury, and its symbol of youth. So this combination of the thumb, ring finger and little finger gives or increases the Prana Shakti in the body. Now we will see the benefits. This mudra is especially very important as we are experiencing COVID-19 or coronavirus throughout the world. This mudra strengthens the immune system. It enhances the vital force in the human body, removes mental and physical weakness. All those who have spectacles or any eyesight problems, this mudra eliminates eyesight problems. Relief from fatigue. Your whole day's stress is relieved due to the practice of prana mudra. Again, beneficial in insomnia when practiced with jnana mudra. Blood circulation is enhanced, enthusiasm and concentration is enhanced. This mudra helps in any chronic disease, especially in paralysis, in cancer, asthma, bronchitis. All those who are into teaching field or who have to speak for longer durations throughout the day, practice of this mudra enhances the power of speech. This helps in chronic diseases, even in dengue or swine flu. So practiced at least 30 minutes daily. This mudra also does not have any time restrictions. And the third mudra for the day is the Apana mudra. Apana mudra is thumb finger, middle finger and the ring finger, and the rest two fingers are straight. The tatwas are Agni Tattwa, Akash Tattwa and PRITHVI Tattwa. So this mudra takes care of all the parts of your body from the navel to the toe of your legs. As the word apan, apan is that which travels downwards. So this stimulates the circulation of apana vayu and all the parts from the navel to your legs. This enhances the Akash Tattva and PRITHVI Tattva. Again, no time limit, but minimum 15 minutes. The benefits of Apana Mudra are, this mudra helps in elimination of toxins through sweat. All the sweat glands are stimulated due to the practice of Apana Mudra, helps rectify nerves and veins, beneficial in all stomach diseases. Diseases, it helps is infertility in women or men, insomnia, asthma, pilia, ulcers, all kidney problems. Those who know the 7 chakras, this takes care of the Mooladhara and the Swadhisthana chakras. Blood pressure, that is high blood pressure, diabetes, all respiratory problems, gums, liver, stomach, fistula, piles, colitis are cured. This mudra or daily practice of this mudra in the last month of pregnancy helps normal delivery, but don't over here is that this mudra should not be practiced by a pregnant lady in the first 8 months of pregnancy. So this is a don't. So there are do's and don'ts in practicing mudras. This helps in relieving the menstrual problems. This helps in restoring the hormonal balance in the body. So ideally in your 24 hours schedule, practice Apana Mudra for at least 15 to 20 minutes, immediately followed by a Prana Mudra for 15 to 20 minutes. You can practice this 45 minutes or 1 hour when you're going to bed, and you can practice Jnana Mudra during the morning hours during meditation. Now some do's and don'ts which are of utmost importance during practicing mudras. Practice daily, preferably during meditation in the morning or evening for exponential effects. But as told otherwise also, you can practice it standing, sitting, walking, running, or watching a TV also. For patients who cannot practice themselves, you can tie the fingers with a tape or a thread before going to bed, and whenever they are out of bed or they regain consciousness, if they lose on the mudra, it's fine. Do not do immediately after meals. At least 1.5 or 2 hours gap should be there after every meal. Do not practice or preach without proper guidance or study. The timing is important, the posture is important, and the do's and don'ts for particular. Many mudras are not to be done if you have high blood pressure. So study proper mudras, do not exceed the time. Opposite mudras cannot be practiced together. For example, this is the Jnana Mudra, and when we fold the thumb, the index finger, this is the Vayu Mudra. So these mudras cannot be practiced together. So have proper knowledge, do not blindly follow a YouTube or an internet video, as this can change or this can imbalance the balance tattwas.